It is Thursday, so that means we're back in Lynn Matava's kitchen. Lynn is a nutrition educator with the University of Maryland Extension. If you're looking for a way to store your corn for a long time this season, then Lynn has a few tricks up her sleeve just for you. Let's check out a few ways to store corn long term.
Hi everyone. Corn season is about to arrive here on Delmarva, so I'm going to show you 2 hacks for corn today. The first is a quick and easy thing you can do to get dinner on the table in no time, and the second is a way to preserve it for the long run so you have some corn year round. So the first thing we're going to do, this is super simple. I've got this corn here and the tassel part at the top. We're going to cut off this bottom part of this corn past where we feel the stem up here on the cob. We're just going to take a good knife, make sure our fingers are out of the way, and you want to make sure you can see the cob in there, that you've cut that off, because if you don't, this trick doesn't work quite as well. And now what we're going to do is just simply put these on a plate, and they get popped into the microwave for 3 minutes for the first ear, and for every ear you add on, you're going to add a minute. And then again, these are going to the microwave, so I have 3 here. They're going to go in for 5 minutes. What we get is this corn that's cooked in the cob, and some of it's even started to separate up here where it was loosened. But once you are able to handle it without burning yourself with a towel, so let it cool for just a couple minutes. I think this is the coolest thing. I'm just grabbing this, and I wonder if I let it cool too long. I have to do another one here. We've got this out of the cob, very simple. You just pull this out and the whole thing kind of squeezes out of there. There you go. And all of our silk and our husk and everything are left behind, and then we can just put them aside here. The next thing we're going to do here is talk about saving this for all winter long, basically. The corn actually needs to be peeled this time, and you peel it and get all of these little pieces, messy pieces of silk off. You could use a vegetable brush and kind of brush them a little more, and then we keep doing this till we have all the corn that we're going to save, and we're going to put this in a pot of boiling water, and depending on how big the ear is how long we're going to cook it. So it's about 7 to 9 minutes. 7 for a small ear. I would call this a medium ear, so we're going to do 9 for this. And for a very large ear, we would do 11. And the reason we want to blanch this in boiling water for that long is there's enzymes inside of the cob. And those are going to keep being released if we cut it off too soon, and they won't be deactivated, and they're going to cause a loss of quality and color and nutrients. So the best way to keep this corn bright and yellow and full of nutrients after we put it in the freezer is going to be to boil it first for that, either 7, 9, or 11 minutes. And then after we do that, we pull it off of the stove. We're going to put it into a ice bath of cool water and ice, and we're going to leave it there for 4 minutes, and that's just enough time to cool it down so that we can then come in and remove this corn from the cob for freezing for later. And so once we have the cooled corn, and you really should boil it if you're going, and not microwave it if you're going to do this freezer part. We do want to make sure that we get rid of all the enzymes and have it in the right amount of time. But we'll come in with the knife, and you can notice my fingers are up here, and I'm just cutting in straight lines right against the cob, and these pieces fall off. Okay, so, and you would keep going until all the corn has been removed, and then you can just take your fingers here, your clean hands, fingers on your clean hands, and break it up and just get it into smaller pieces to put this corn, once it's all broken up, onto a pan in a single layer on the sheet. Excuse me. And we will spread it all out. So I could put a little bit more on this pan, but I just wanted to do enough to show you. I'm breaking up all those pieces, and I'm just spreading it out. And then this would go into the freezer overnight. Make sure that it's all nice and frozen and solid through. And then once we've done that, we can put that into a container that we leave at least half an inch, or leave about half an inch of headroom to make sure that when it expands in the freezer, it doesn't bust the container open. Or you can also just put it in a bag like this, and we're going to fill the corn in here, lay it on a single layer and freeze it, and then we can stack these up in the freezer. Just make sure that you label your bag with what it is and the date that it was put in here. So we put the date on here, and then we're going to put it in the freezer, and we will be able to use this all winter long. This is going to be good for 6 to 12 months. And then once you have that out of the freezer, you can throw that in soups or chowders like our bean and corn chowder I know we've made on here before. You can make cornbread, corn pudding, any recipes you would use frozen corn for. You could just pull it out and have it as a side. This corn is going to be used for that. So I hope this gives you some ideas of things to do with the bounty of corn we have right now. And if you try it, let us know what you made from it and what you think.
Now, as a reminder, we do have all of nutrition educator Lynn Matava's tips and tricks on our website. To find them, just log on to WMDT.com and click on the Good Morning Delmarva page.